Good afternoon, everyone. I did not post that I was going live. Every time that I do, I wind up not going live. So it's impromptu, and I don't expect for anyone to be here. And yes, I did that on purpose. I know that Billie Jean is doing her premiere, which is wonderful. There are several other people who are live that I like and respect, and I will get a chance to review them later. But every once in a while you have to go live or YouTube doesn't like it, so that's why I'm here. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do because a lot of stuff has just been bugging me lately. But I have friends here that we don't always have the same opinion, so I respect them. So I just decided that I was going to talk about things that I like and I enjoy. And that way I don't step on anybody's toes that I care about. Then I'm going to go over to my other channel and then I'm going to say how I really feel about everything. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Like I said, I didn't really expect for anyone to be here. I hope everyone is doing well. You'll notice that I really haven't been cooking a lot. I'm just not in the mood. 2024 has been a busy year. I've been traveling a lot. I told you guys a while that I had several weddings to attend this year, and one of them was actually in Hawaii. Hawaii is one place that I always wanted to go, and after I got there, I didn't like it. That was a bummer. I don't know if it's because of who I was with or because it was a short time. I really didn't get a chance to see a whole lot. I'm not really into the whole Pearl Harbor situation, so yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. Let's see. Going live is different now, I see. So I can't see my chat. I'm trying to figure out how do I find it. Well, that's not it. Okay, well, I can't see you. Let's see. Let me mess around with something here and see if I can find you. I better not do too much messing around or I really won't find you. I guess I'll have to figure this out some other time, but whoever you are. Oh, thinker. Hey, how are you? I'm sorry about my hands. I'm trying to get you back on the stand. Yeah, I'll have to figure this whole new going live thing again out because this isn't the same as it used to be. How are you doing, Bench Thinker? Hope you're having a great summer. I hope you can hear me. I'm not really sure. Like I said, it's been months since I've, gone live, so I got to kind of figure this thing out again. I won't be as long as I did before. Summer is usually really busy for me because I'm out in the garden and I'm doing a whole lot of stuff, running around as much as I can. In the winter, I'm usually in the house, so I'll probably go live more and probably start cooking again. But sorry, I'm doing okay. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, yeah, it's just been really busy, but I did not enjoy Hawaii. I was bored. So I was actually not chatting a whole lot, but I was running around, not just the beef sector, but everywhere, catching up on as much as I could. But again, I said that during this live, I was just going to talk about the things that I've been enjoying. I have really been enjoying a lot of people in the Mode 3 sector. I really have. I have just, fallen for Jackie. I think she's funny. She likes to cook. She can read. I really like her. Lady Wu, I like her as well. Uh-oh. Let's see. Bro, it makes you mad. Oh, making babies, I thought. And now wanting to get spiritual. I'm not quite sure who you're talking about. Oh, spiritual, wanting good men, look after you. I don't know who you're talking about. My children are grown; they can look after themselves, and I don't have to look for a good man. I have a few of them. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You carry on. I'm not blocking anybody, whoever. You want to talk about Trump, you want to talk about Biden, you want to talk about Kamala, you want to talk about the Clintons, you want to talk about Satan, you want to talk about Jesus. I don't care who rock out, have a good time. I don't really care. It's just not even that serious for me. So enjoy yourself, knock yourself out. Anybody who doesn't want to hear what anybody else has to say, just block them. You know, I'm fine. My mods aren't here. They're probably enjoying other lives, so I'm cool with that. That person's on the wrong page. They must be on the wrong page if they're talking to me about children. No, I don't have any babies. I'm way too old to have any babies, so no. They can just they got some steam they need to let off. Hey, go ahead, knock yourself out. Back to Lady Wu. She has a talent. She has a gift, and I don't think a lot of people take her serious. Um, and I can understand why. But if you pay attention to her, she is pretty wise. If you listen to her, a lot of arguments and stuff will probably stop. But sometimes it's in the delivery. But I like her. I think she's pretty cool people. I like Broadway. I like Duck. I've even grown fond of Mahia, and I didn't think I would like him at all, but I do. So I catch him early in the morning because I'm usually up about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So yeah, there are a lot of people over there that I'm really starting to like. You know, just like the beef sector, there are some people that I don't see it for at all, but I'm not here to talk about that. I still don't really know people in the black sector. I don't really hang out over there. I still hang out with my people in the Appalachian Mountains. I still, hang out with my people who do mukbangs, food prep. I'm always gonna be there. So yeah, I'm still everywhere, just like I always am. I never lied about me saying that I was going to be everywhere. The beef sector is going through some changes. I'm loving the fact that the older crew is getting active again, and they're coming in and they're talking and they're putting the hammer down and you know busting heads open, and I'm loving that because I was getting really bored with some of that other stuff. Um, I don't know about that whole 2.0 situation. Me, I think I would have found a different name if I wanted to stand out and be away from, those people, but that's just me. Everybody can do whatever they like, but I'm enjoying seeing the older people come in and talk their stuff. I really am. I'm enjoying that. Yeah, I don't really know the black sector. I can't even call anybody's name who belongs there. So I just never really, got into knowing who they were. And the Umar people, no, that's just not for me. No, and that's all I have to say about that. Um, yeah, yeah. One thing that I will say that might some people may not like, but I'm getting this feeling, and I think I said this last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, that I'm feeling TSCC coming back. It may not be all of the original people, but I can see another TSCC type situation forming, and I would enjoy that. I really would. I would enjoy seeing that. That would definitely shake some stuff up, and I really would. That would be very entertaining for me, and that's what I'm here for. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am not a beef sector content creator when it comes to you beefing. I don't enjoy that. Hi Burbert. I don't like arguing. uh, especially with people I don't know. In order for me to argue with somebody, I have to have some serious feelings behind it. Um, you know, I'll argue with my siblings. I'll argue with my kid. I will it's my friends, my real friends. If there's something going on, man, I will cuss you out. I will drag you through the mud because I'm trying to get to a point. I want you to feel something. I want you to feel something. It's something that we need to change so that we can both be better. So yeah, I will argue with you, and if I have to, I'll get physical with you. But I don't know how they, scream and holler and have so much vitriol for people that they don't really know. That's, I enjoy watching them do it. I just can't do it. Every time I try, I start laughing because I think it's funny. That's just me. I don't have any emotion behind it, so I can't keep it going. It's not serious for me, so I'll laugh. I think it's humorous for me to even try. I'm not good at it. I'm just not good at it. So I'm better off watching it. And I'll come on and I'll talk about food. I'll talk about what's happening in the world. Stuff like that. Because that's serious for me. But I can't scream and holler at somebody that I don't know. I don't have any feelings for you like that. What am I doing? I just can't do it. You know, it's humor for me to watch other people do it, but I can't do it. Speaking about what's going on in the world, what in the world is up with all of these police officers wanting to kill everybody? I don't understand it. They have no. I mean, some of it is just, it's crazy. If there's no rhyme or reason, they're not in any danger or anything. It's like, you're in the wrong profession. Your job is to serve and protect. Not if you're afraid of your job, you need to move on. What are you doing? I don't want a police officer out here who's afraid. If I call you, I want you to do your job. I don't want you to be afraid and then you start just killing everybody because that's not what I'm calling you for. Oh, thank you, bench thinker. I appreciate that. So yeah, I have issues with that. I just really do. I mean, that's never been my favorite profession anyway. But if that's how things are gonna go, then as far as I'm concerned, let's go back to the Wild Wild West. Everybody get a gun or some guns and protect your own self. Because if you're just, as a police officer, you're just going to kill innocent people or you're going to kill somebody who's mentally ill, you should be trained to know the difference. You should have a crew on every shift that if you get a call that someone is mentally ill, that you have someone who can deal with that. And don't just send, happy gun, toting, shooting, Harry out there to kill up everybody. That's just, I can't get with that. Speaking of Harry, I've been really following the people over in the UK, and I can definitely tell you I am Team Meghan and Harry. I am. I have no idea, whether that's the real Kate or if that's an imposter. I don't know if she really had cancer, has cancer. I don't know what's going on with that whole deal. I find it really interesting. I don't even know, but I don't worry about them. I'm just watching, and I'm happy that Meghan and Harry got out of there, and I'm happy that they're in the United States. So big up for them. Yeah, they definitely need to justify their actions. And what makes it so bad for me in their situation is that, and I was talking to my family, like, make no mistake about it. I don't care what nationality, what color a police officer is. I don't care what sex they are, what gender they are. Make no mistake about it. They're all a part of the same fraternity. They are the Royal Order fraternity of police. They can wear blue uniforms, black uniforms, white uniforms. I don't care what it is. But when they take that oath, they're all under the same covering and they will protect each other. And that's why you see those body cams turned off. Hi, Vibrant. Thank you for coming over. Right. They not just immune, they blatantly will lie for each other. Just like they did with Sonia. They made up that story that she was coming after them. Well, him, the one who shot and killed her, that she was aiming at him to throw boiling water on her. And we all saw, thank goodness, his partner kept his camera on, and we saw this woman drop the pot in the sink. She did not try to throw water on him. But if he had not had his camera on, we would have been sold that lie, and the partner would have never been in jail. So yeah, it's like the taxpayers pay all that money for them to have those body cams on, and then you go turn them off because you want to cover up some stuff. No, we pay for them, you leave them on. So yeah, I have a real problem with that. I really do. I have a huge problem with that whole deal. But who am I? I can write to the senators, the congressmen. I can write to the mayor. I can write to whoever I want to. But again, they're all a part of the same fraternity, and they're going to stick up for each other. I just want somebody to come along and say, if this isn't the job for you, then you need to go. What happened to these people having a psyche eval? Shouldn't they be tested to see if this is the job for you? The average cop goes to what is it, a vocational school for 6 months, and then they come out and it's like, oh yeah, hey, I'm Joe Blow the cop. Really? No. But you want a teacher to go through at least 4 years of college. You want even more than that. You would prefer one with a master's degree or a PhD. Mm, yeah, I have a problem with that. But anyway, like I'm trying to stay upbeat, so I'm gonna get off that subject. But yeah, I'm having fun hanging out in the different places and meeting new people and seeing what they have going on, and like I said, just interested in seeing what the older, not age but older, been around longer, beef sector content creators are doing. I think they finally got ruffled up enough to come back in and start talking. And I think maybe they got bored for a while, and they're like, I'm too old, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm bored. And all the commotion revved them up, and they found some steam to come back and start hitting hard again. And I'm enjoying that. I'm liking it. You know, I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I like seeing them do what they do. So I'm enjoying that. Definitely am enjoying that. But yeah, as it gets cooler outside, I will get back to the kitchen and start doing that. I want to do something different though. What I really want to do is some of the things that I really enjoy eating, I want to remake those to make them taste good, but to make them healthier. Because I'm definitely getting older and our population is getting older, and we gotta stop eating so much bad stuff. And we need to stay out of the fast food places, really stay out of the restaurants, because some of the stuff that I see just on social media that's happening, I don't want those people handling my food at all. Let's see. What did I have in my garden this year? Zucchini. I planted those. I planted beefsteak tomatoes. I planted um, plum tomatoes. I planted um, collard greens. I planted spinach. What else did I have out there? Basil, thyme, and mint, which grows all over everything. Um, I had potatoes out there, russet and red potatoes. And some of the things I forget because we had just the wildest weather. We had so much rain and then no rain, and then we had rain to the point that it flooded. And I planted my stuff like 3 different times. So the last time I just kind of threw some seeds in individual buckets, and it's like, okay, whatever happens, happens, because I wasn't going to go through that anymore. I got mad. So right now I've got 4 containers out there, and I look at it, and it's really pitiful because now we're not getting any rain, and it's been unusually hot here. We don't usually have really warm weather, but yeah, for some reason it's just been blazing hot. So it's like everything is cooking. So I'm waiting because we finally made it to that point. Like next week, we're going to be in the mid 70s. So we'll probably be in the mid 70s for the next 3 weeks. And then we might go to the 80s for a week. And then we're going to go back to the low 70s. And then it'll start dropping into the 60s. And sometimes we have snow in my area for Halloween. So it'll be interesting to see what finally happens. Mm. Wow. Well, you had it good because my stuff, yeah, it's just not been doing well. So when I get a chance, I go to our local farmers market and get a lot of my stuff. And even there, they don't have what they usually had. Now, as far as natural honey, the bees have been doing their thing because they like it warm. So we've got tons of honey. It's like everybody is selling honey. The flowers, everyone is selling flowers, but the I don't think I haven't really seen anybody. I didn't even see strawberries at the farmers market this year. So but hopefully, as it gets cooler, I'll see more squash and more types of greens like the lettuce. They didn't really do well with that. Like at my house, when I plant tomatoes, I usually don't harvest until starting the end of September because it takes that long for stuff to grow. Yeah, Berber, she's really good. The thing that I like about Vibrant is that no matter who she mods for, she is even killed. It's like seldom do you see her um, upset about something or somewhere that she's modding. She's very even kill, and I think that's why we all, want her. So when you decide to do your thing, Bird, you definitely you'll have a good mod if you take her. Yeah, she's really good. She's very good. So I appreciate her. I do. All of my mods though. 2 of them I know are at work, and Blue might be here, but if he's here, hey Denny, Diggy. I'm looking at your last name. How are you doing? You driving? You know what? I don't. I don't come on. I see you on IG. What are you talking about? Um, Blue might be here, but if he is here, he's probably up in the sky. That's usually where he hangs out at. So just in case he has to cut somebody's head off, he likes doing that. He's my cutthroat. Other than that, yeah, everyone else is probably at work or they're at Billie Jean's, and I will catch the replay on part 2, or they're in one of the other chats, and I'll get that information later. Sometimes when it gets really emotional, and I might be in disagreement with something that I hear. Sometimes I'll come out and I'll wait for somebody to do a recap, and that way I can get what I want and get out. Well, hello there, Sly Jones. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's been over a year since I've seen you. I didn't even know you were still messing around here. Well, nice to see you. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. Like I said, I've just been spending a lot of time other places, or if I go in, I don't stay for the whole live. I'll go in and I'll say whatever it is that I'm gonna say, and I'll jump out because usually I'm one of the ones wherever it is that I am. I'm probably not in agreement, so I'll say what I gotta say and I'll get out before I get shot. That's just how it is. But yeah, it's not really a whole lot. Uh, Not a whole lot, going on. Just waiting, watching, seeing. I'm just interested in seeing what's going to happen. Everybody taking everybody to court. It's like, what are you doing? The court, every time they hear the beef sector, they're gonna start charging people because it's like every state somebody has been to the court about something that has to do with the beef sector. And I'm pretty sure the attorneys and the judges are like, what is this beef sector? And why is everybody running here? I don't understand it, but like, it's entertainment. I don't think that I will ever get to that point unless you physically come to me. Then I don't need to do that. If I'm in one state, you're in another state, I don't need to see you. Hey, baby, nice. How are you, lady? Yeah, I'm not doing all that whole court thing. Now, if you come to my house, we probably still won't wind up in court. Cause see, if you come to my house uninvited, that means you're coming to do physical harm to me. So I have the right to protect myself. And then I'm gonna be like the police we have out here now. The police do not aim to hurt you; they aim to stop you. I'm doing well. I hope everyone else is doing well. Uh-oh. Is Billie Jean coming out with part three? So yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. I don't know why anybody would show up at another person's home uninvited. To me, you're just asking for trouble when you do that. That to me, that's just crazy. I don't know why anybody would do that. You have to have some serious health issues to just show up at somebody's house. And it's like, don't do that. This social media stuff is not worth it. It's not worth it because you don't know who a person really is in person. I can be anybody behind the keyboard. I can be anybody sitting in front of this phone screen. But until you know me in person, you don't really know me. I can tell you anything. And so that's just not a good idea. I would never just show up at somebody's house or place of business. I think that's insanity. Yeah, I no, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So no, you're not gonna see me taking anybody to court or anything like that unless you're doing something to me physically or you're trying to interfere with something in my real life and I have no recourse except to see you in court. But I try not to put myself in those situations. So it's just easier for me to leave. That's just how I feel about it. It's just so much easier to move around. I don't have to be someplace that somebody doesn't want me. Like, I don't know you. It's not like you're one of my relatives and I have to see you at the wedding or the birthday party or the funeral. I don't have to see you. I don't have to. I can, like, block you. I can never come to your room or anything like that. Like, I don't have to see you. What are we doing? I don't know. Well, I know what I'm not doing. It's like, listen, I don't like you. I don't have to look at you. I don't have to listen to you. The sound of your voice irritates me. So why am I only going to listen to you? It makes no sense to me. It really does. Be nice, and that's true. Not only relevancy, there are a lot of people who are attention seeking. It's like either as a child and or an adult, like nobody loved you, nobody told you you were handsome or you were beautiful. Children, I don't know, they like you are to be seen and not heard, or vice versa, whatever it is. And now, people are jumping up and down, look at me, look at me, I need everybody to like me. And that's not real, because everybody is not gonna like you. In the real world, you could walk in a grocery store and somebody just looks at you because they don't like, I don't know what you have on. They don't like the look of your face or whatever the situation is. So not everybody has to like you. But they come on here and it's like, why don't you like me? How come you don't talk to me? Why aren't you paying me attention? I need you to see me. It's like, mm-mm, I don't get it. So yeah, they need relevancy, they need attention, they come here for love, they come here for friends, relatives. I don't know what the hell. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, go outside. There are people out there. There are real people out there that you can meet and you can make friends. Unless, again, like I said, you can be whoever you want behind the keyboard or the screen. But if you meet people in real life and they find out that it's something wrong with you mentally or emotionally, and maybe that's why you can't have friends, so you have to come to social media to have that. But what you don't understand is that's going to transcend that keyboard. Eventually people are going to find out still there's something wrong with you, so go get some help and fix yourself so that you can have real relationships. Mm-mm. Yeah, we are. We are all here for a reason. And it's amazing to me that some people really are here because they're in school and they're getting their bachelor's or their master's or their PhD in psychology, sociology, human behavior. And I think a lot of people do use social media as a case study. Some people who have been here and they've actually admitted it. And some people use this as a way to de stress. I use it because it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. And sometimes I'm actually baffled and I'm sitting here trying to figure this all out. And there was a time when I was actually hooked on this stuff. I would actually log off and I would dream about some of this stuff and I would dream about some of these people, and I knew I had to step away. Now, that's been a few years ago. I had to remove myself because at that point I knew it was too serious. I would walk around in my real life and say, sometimes I still do that, but I know that I'm doing it. But I would, back then I would walk around and I would say things that people on here said, and without even realizing it, it's like I picked up their dialect. And then I would have, people that I knew every day is like, you never said that before. Why are you saying that? Why are you talking like that? It's like, uh-oh. So yeah, it can be very addictive. Very addictive. So when you get to that point, take a vacation. And I know that I had to do that. I did. I still do. I get to a certain point, and it's like, okay, I've been watching too much of this. I need to pull back. But that happens to me more in winter because I don't venture out. When it's 18 inches of snow in front of my door, it's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be going anywhere. So you like got rid of cable TV and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, what do I do? I can read a book, I can do all that junk. And it's like, here, let me turn this on, see what's going on here. So it just becomes real easy to push that button and see what's going on. So I do more of that when it's winter than I do in summer. And when by the time spring comes, I'm so ready to get out of this house. It's like, let me out. I gotta get outside. I gotta get outside. So yeah. But then fall starts creeping around. It's like, okay, you dismantled the garden, you cleaned up everything, you're ready for winter. Now what do I do? Hmm. Okay, let me go and figure out who I'm gonna be watching for the winter. Let me make my schedule. Yeah. So yeah, it gets weird. But oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Keep your grass cut low. Yeah. Bench thinking I don't discuss this like with if you don't live in my house, you don't know that I watch this. I don't talk to my friends or my family about this at all. They would ask me if I had lost my mind. So this is like my guilty pleasure. It's like sneaking in the closet eating a whole chocolate bar. Yeah, it's that kind of secret. So I don't tell anybody. Like, and I don't want you to see, I don't want them to see me on here because some of the stuff that I'm typing in those chats, they would probably, ooh, I get raped over the calls. Like, I can't believe you said that. How did you say that? I'm like, I'm not trying to hear all that. So yeah, it's my guilty pleasure. And you're right, BB Nice. You learn after you've been around for a while. Some places, even if you go there, is best to keep your thoughts and your feelings to yourself. You sit there, you come in, you say hello, and you say goodbye. The people that you know there that you have a relationship with, you can speak to them, but whatever the topic of discussion is, sometimes you're just better off not saying anything. Yeah. Yeah, that keeps down a whole lot of drama. Oh yeah, Ben Sticker. I remember one day I was happened to be in the house by myself, and instead of having the computer on or looking at my phone, I could put YouTube on the television. So I had it on the television. I had the volume up, and there was cussing going back and forth and yelling and screaming. My son came in here. He scared the hell out of me because I didn't know that anybody was in the house. Like, who are you talking to? Who's screaming? And I about jumped in the top of the ceiling. What is going on in here? And I'm like, uh-oh, I got busted. And I'm like, uh-oh. Like, turn that crap off. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, I got busted. And I'm like, ooh, now what am I doing watching this stuff? How do I explain this to my kid? Like, and just looked at me and shook his head in actual disgust. And I'm like, ooh, don't you look at me like that? Like, what's wrong with these people? And why are you watching that mess? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like, I can't believe you're looking at that. What did they say? I I've never heard anybody say that before, because some people around here have very unusual sayings. And then, like I said, I would find myself repeating some of that, and I would just get the shake of the head, like, I don't believe you. I'm like, ooh. So, yeah, I've learned how to keep the volume down and listen out to see if I hear anybody coming in the house so that I don't get caught. Yes. Yeah, we do. We need an outlet. We do. We really do. But, sometimes it's like, okay, do I really want you to, hear me listening to that? And then if I hear you say something, or I hear like, let me see if I can recall this. Um, and it wasn't in the beef sector, but I was someplace, and then they were talking about butt plugs. And somebody was like, "Oh yeah, well, you have to get, comfortable with them." So, I, put one in, and I walk around the house with it, and for a while. And I'm like, I would have died an unnatural death if somebody had come in my house and heard that, and probably would have looked at me like, "What in the hell are you looking at, or what are you listening to?" And I'm like, we not, yeah, yeah. So see, you never know what somebody is gonna say. So you have to be mindful of that, especially when you have a family. Now, if you live by yourself, you could turn it up and you could do whatever. But if you have your partner who's at home, you don't want them to necessarily. And then, and it's really disgusting when you don't turn it off and you keep listening. It's like, why am I listening to this? It's like, well, because I'm trying to figure out, why are you walking around with a butt plug, and how does that help you exactly? And okay, and but does it really work? I mean, yeah, I just got way too into that conversation, but it happens. Yeah, I was hollering too. Yeah, I was hollering too. Yeah, it's very interesting conversation. And we're not talking about babies. We're talking about people over the age of 45. I'm like, okay. And I've heard of the rosebuds, and I've heard of all the rest of this stuff, but you walking around here talking about some butt plug? Oh, come on now. No, I don't think I need that. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned things, and I do. I walk around here looking crazy at myself with my mouth wide open. It's like, oh my goodness, people actually use that stuff. People actually do this. People actually do that, and it's like, oh wow. Okay, your son's 33. You're telling them to mind his business. Well, it's kind of hard to tell them to mind their business when they just caught you in the middle of whatever it was that you were listening to. Now, because, well, let's face it. If you're my age, I'm 61 now, and if you have children who are in their 20s or 30s or whatever, and you're listening, see, we didn't discuss stuff like that when I was, their age. I didn't know what a butt plug was when I was in my 20s and 30s. I had no idea. But the way that the young adults grow up now, they know what all that stuff was. And there was no way, if I had been 25, 26, 28, 30, or whatever, that my mom could have walked in the house, and she heard me listening to something about a butt plug. I would have been so ashamed. I wouldn't have known what to do. I would have never been able to look in my mother's face again. But these young people now, they're like, whatever. This is like no big deal. I mean, that's just, they grew up, or they're growing up differently, and the kids now, the ones who are like 8 and 9, I can't even imagine what they're gonna be like by the time they're 21. Scary thought. They're just very free. Speaking of, now this is, I found this actually repulsive. Um, one of my sons sent a video to my other son and said, "You got to look at this. I used to date this girl when, we were in middle school." It's like, no, at first he sent him a picture, and the girl was had her head sideways like this, with her mouth open over the toilet. So I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, well, maybe she had too much to drink and she was throwing up. And then I looked closer, and then I saw that she had a stream of fluid going into her mouth. And my son's looking at me like, okay, come on, snap, snap. Are you picking up what this is? And I'm like, what is that? And he says, what do you think it is? I'm like, is somebody peeing in her mouth? And he's like, yep. I'm like, my son used to date her in middle school. He's like, yep. Well, he's, 26 now, so that's been a long time ago. I'm like, what's wrong with her? I'm like, what's wrong with this girl? What happened to her? I'm like, does she not have any self-esteem? He's like, this, it's a whole video of it. It's going around on social media. I know this girl's mother. I know this girl's sisters. I can't imagine what I would feel like as a parent to see my daughter letting some man urinate in her mouth. And then he didn't care about her at all because he put it on social media for everybody to see. Yeah, our children are definitely growing up different than we did. I don't know what happened to this little girl. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. Beautiful. They were cute girls, the sisters when they were growing up. It's like, what happened to you? Why would you let somebody do that to you? It's like you have no self worth, no self respect, and he didn't care about you at all. Even if that was some kinky thing going on between the two of you, he put you on social media for everybody to see. You see none of him. You don't see his hands, his hair. You don't see his genitals. You don't see nothing but the stream of pee going into this girl's mouth, and then she would let it run out in the toilet. And she's full face of makeup, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Yeah, yeah. He'll pay for it because that was just wrong for him to do it. And him, I'm not even concerned about. I'm concerned about her. What happened to her that she would allow somebody to do that to her? What happened to this girl? It's scary for me to think about her now. She's younger than my mind, but she's got to be in like at least 21. What happened to you? Baby, you couldn't pay me enough for you to do that. You couldn't pay me enough. I mean, and unless I were, strung out on drugs or something like that. Other than that, just for money, if I were homeless, I would rather go live in a shelter. If I were hungry, I would go stand in the line for a food pantry. You're not gonna do that to me, and then put me on social media and everybody, because I live in a small area. I know everybody's seen it. I'm just wondering how her mother. I'd be devastated. And it is possible. It's very much possible. I don't know how old he is, but I'm thinking he has to be around the same age. But it doesn't mean that he can't, be in the business of doing that. I just, man, it's just it made me sad. It was disgusting to me, but it made me sad, wondering what happened to her to make her think that that was okay. But I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe one day I'll find out more information about the situation. I don't know. Maybe it took that for her to realize that she was in trouble, or maybe it took that for her, her parents to realize that she's in trouble. I don't know. I just hope something happens where she can get whatever help it is that she needs. I know, he's gonna pay for that, because there's no way. What you need to think about when you're doing something like that is, what if one day you have children and somebody does that to your daughter or even your son? And sometimes you don't pay for it, but your children pay for your sins and your wrongdoing. So yeah, either way, something will come his way, because that was just wrong. That was wrong in every sense of the word. I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad that I don't have, a 10-year old or an 8-year old, and have to go through this with them. These parents now, you gotta be on your guard at all times, because this is the world is just so free now. I thought, when I heard, well, I'm a 60s baby, but, by when I would start growing up, it was in the 70s. I thought, hearing about the flower kids and how free they were with everything. No, these kids got the 60s teenagers. They got them beat, man. I was like, wow. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, like I said, I was going to keep this positive, and I think I kind of did. I didn't really say anything negative about anybody that I watch. So I'm happy for that. I'm glad that Binge Thinker, that you came over. Bird, I'm glad that you came over. Vibrant, I'm glad that you were here. And it's been almost an hour, so I know that we have probably missed some good gossip out there. So just like you, I'm going to go and see what I missed. And I'm not going to tell you when I'm going live again, but I'll just say that it won't be another 5 months. Because by that time, it will have lots of snow out on the ground. So yeah, I'll be on here talking to you, like telling you how mad I am because it's snowing out there and I'm tired of cleaning up snow. So I have to come over here and vent and tell you, what's going on. Yeah. Okay, BB Nice, thank you so much for stopping by. And I will see you out there in the street. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for coming by. Now I have to figure out how to turn off this new thing. It's like, oh my goodness. This going live situation has changed. Since that's what I get for staying off for so long. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.